going through on 3 occasions, so it's a great place for the spectators. And it has been the last number of years since the change of route, and we can see here very narrow roads. In the earlier part will not be as nervous, because here, of course, in a 7-man group, it's easy. You just ride up it, and they're just riding up it at a good pace. Back in the peloton, they're a little bit more nervous, but it'll be nothing like when we get into the real serious stuff in the race and when you get into that final. But we can see Sky there. The riders are, a little bit tense. They're all riding the front at the moment, and that's something. Just riding out in the front there at an easier pace, it all takes a bit of energy. If you can hide back in 15th, 20th position, get the maximum drafting and spare your energy for the end. But we see all the Sky except for Bernie Eisel on the front of the peloton at the moment.
All different pavé sectors have their own character. This one, as you can see, is partially wet. Don't get yourself too far over to the right-hand side. That's where the rain has been gullying. It's almost like drainage, if you like. This very road acting like a drainage ditch for the fields around. But there, the heads-on view is the one you want. You see the shocks that the arms are taking. You understand what the body is going through right now. At pace, this is magnified, Sean.
Yes, well, of course, at pace, it's magnified many times over. We can see here there is, a lot of vibration come through the bike and up through the body, and that's what, causes the fatigue at the end of this long race.
There we are, so safely through this time. You can see there's not much space. It does beg for the course, that is, for very aggressive racing. There are no kind of long recovery zones, particularly later on. It is just like hammer blows, one after the other. From the 54 kilometers out mark, that's where we'll be at this point, much later on. In 100 k's time, they'll do this, they'll do the Paterberg, the Koppenberg, and then a whole raft of others. They'll have another 3 Hellingen to take on before they take the Oude again, and then the Paterberg, and then finally they can race for the line, but only from 13.2 kilometers out. So it never allows a breakaway really to feel, or the pack really, to know precisely where their retrieval zones are. They are notoriously difficult when they're this tightly packed to actually manage, and I think that's the point, Sean. You've got to have a great deal of talent, and indeed at the end of the day a lot of strength and self-belief if you're going to carry the day. Well,
when they're tightly packed and when you race full on, and that's the time that is really difficult. And at the end of the race as well, when you have 200 kilometers done and you start racing, so fast, so aggressive, and that's what they do in the final 50 kilometers, 60 kilometers at this race. Not only getting up the hills, you have to make a huge effort. Then when you're on the flatter sections, they're going at such a fast pace, then it's all about how good you're feeling. And if you're feeling still quite good in the final 50 kilometers, well, then you're not close to giving it your 100%, and that's where you come out in the end and you have a chance of doing something.
Well, there you go, a big left-hand turn, and of course wheels will touch and riders will go down. Russian champion is on the deck, he's remounted. Andrei Greipel held up. This is the sort of thing, Sean, when we were talking about aggression late on. This is what everyone wanted, a first look here. They know it's going to get very narrow a little bit later, and the last thing you want is to have to make up ground and dig in. That's Yves Lambert, by the way, right at the very back as he tries to get back in. And as you can see, everyone else struggling to find gears and the rest of it. And Bradley Wiggins, there we are, has got himself a puncture by the looks of things. Certainly not overly happy. I don't know whether he, in fact, he's got a brake issue at the front by the looks. So Sky quick about it. And in fact, I'm just wondering who else has got their issues. There is Bradley. Well, there we are. It looks like he must have been down. He looks like he's taken a bump, Sean. He's got a spare bike and casting asunder a very expensive machine. And what's he back on now? Just checking it out to see if it's the same rear end or whether he's back to his old machine.
Yes, it looks like an old machine. The colours, of course, we can see there. The new machine's all blue. We can see there's a lot of black in this one, so it looks like an old machine. Didn't see him falling down there, but again there was a number of riders splattered about the road. But that's that corner. We'll just get a view of it now. But certainly Bradley Wiggins was in the front, and it was he who went down.
Yes, it was. Left wrist went down into the Russian champion from Katusha. Had to stand back up, and it was Bradley that actually went down. I don't know whether he had the nose taken off his bike or whether it was down to his own line through, but big compression. There you are, and there's a bit of a chat going on as well.